The debate has gone on for many, many years. Who would win in a fight between Frieza and Mewtwo? Well, in the past couple of years, both of them have gotten significant upgrades in power. So we're going to discuss it next. Check out and like the official Geekdom 101 Facebook page. I will leave the link down below. Now, a lot of people are going to automatically assume that Frieza would kill Mewtwo in seconds, and there's probably an argument to that, but I really want to analyze this and really see how Frieza would do against number 150. So joining me on this video to talk about it, first of all, let me introduce Quinn, otherwise known as Qaaman.
Oh, I thought I was QAA12.
Not for this video.
Okay.
But you know what? No, you are QAA12 because that's what you... When you were talking about Pokemon, you were QAA12. So.
Yes. I used to, surprisingly, I actually used to do Pokemon videos before Dragon Ball on my channel. Fun fact.
Yes, so welcome, Quinn. And also welcome a man who is just starting up on YouTube. So don't ever say I never give new YouTubers a chance, because I always do. In fact, I'm the first motherfucker to do it. Please welcome. He'll be doing Pokemon videos. He'll be doing Akira videos. He'll be doing all kinds of videos on his channel. Please welcome Dante FiftyCalz, who's going to talk about his expertise because he is the most knowledgeable man when it comes to Pokemon that I know.
Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy.
We brought you on, man, because you and I have had extensive conversations off air about Pokemon, and you definitely know your shit, and Quinn also knows a lot, so you guys are going to help me out here. So let's talk about Frieza versus Mewtwo. Obviously, these guys have a lot of similarities. They look very much alike. They have the same skin tone, purple and gray or purple and white. Very tough in their respective universes. I don't like doing in-between universe what-if battles because I don't do a lot of them on my channel because a lot of times it's hard to really figure it out because the Dragon Ball universe is so much stronger than the Pokemon universe. But I think about this fight, and I think, okay, Frieza's ruthless. Frieza is very powerful. I feel like Frieza may, underestimate Mewtwo, and Mewtwo might catch him with something because Mewtwo's psychic abilities are pretty damn scary. So what could he do to Frieza? Could he actually do something to Frieza where Frieza can't even fight because he's thinking about Goku, or he's having a meltdown or something, because of Mewtwo's psychic abilities or not? I mean, let's start with Quinn, man. What do you think?
The first things first is that as we've seen more so in the anime of Dragon Ball than the manga, Frieza also has some pretty good psychic abilities himself when he was fighting against Goku's base form. So when you both factor in that they both have psychic abilities, the first thing that comes to mind, and I know this is a very cliche answer, but it's the whole planet busting ability, and we've never really seen, a Pokemon, and I've followed up pretty closely up to Generation 5. A Pokemon with that type of ability. Now, and obviously you have Pokemon like Arceus and Rayquaza who are capable of destroying asteroids and stuff, but the fact that Frieza can easily wipe out a planet, and considering that other Pokemon could be trained to basically overpower Mewtwo, yes, obviously legendaries are naturally stronger, I'm gonna have to go with Frieza hands down, strictly because of his just destructive pure power. I mean, I just think Mewtwo could be killed before he could even see it coming.
I agree, and I do not think Mewtwo has the power to blow up a planet. But if we eliminate the planet busting ability, if they're fighting on a planet and Frieza does not want to destroy the planet, just Mewtwo, does Mewtwo have a chance? Dante, what do you think? And we're talking about Final Form Frieza, by the way, not Golden Frieza. We're going to talk about that next, but Final Form Frieza, go ahead.
I would say he does have a chance. Why do I say that? Is, of course, Mewtwo's psychic abilities and his ability Pressure, and I know it's not okay to scale Pokemon to Dragon Ball Z.
It's very hard.
Pressure is an ability introduced in Generation 3 that deducts double the foe's power points for every successful hit. And it still works if the Pokemon is immune to the move, such as Acid being used on a Steel type outside of battle. If a Pokemon with Pressure is at the front of the party, it decreases the chances of battling a higher level Pokemon by 50%. Now, disregarding the last part of what I said, Pressure, it deducts double the foe's power points for every successful hit. Now, I'm not saying that Mewtwo would be able to deduct Frieza's power in every hit, but if we are disregarding the planet busting and we are just doing hand-to-hand combat, and the abilities and the feats are
does Frieza even have fists, though? I'm sorry, does Mewtwo even have fists? That's what I meant to say.
No. He has like these three little balls on his hand.
Like fingers, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but we're talking about more about like Key Blast, because I've never seen Mewtwo actually scrap. Like, it's all been Key Blast.
Yeah, and Psychic, one of the better Psychic moves, and Mewtwo has such a big move pool. And if you factor in the moves that do not take any power points away, and they, such as what Light Screen, raising the special defense, meaning certain like a special attack in Dragon Ball would be Frieza's Supernova, such as that. Do I think Mewtwo would survive a Supernova? Fuck no. However, I do think his abilities will factor in exactly how much damage Frieza can inflict on Mewtwo himself. Not the fact that Mewtwo could actually survive the hits, but the damage being received.
Okay, now Mewtwo's also, correct me if I'm wrong, Mewtwo's also taller than Frieza. Am I right on this one?
He's about 6'7", if I remember.
Yeah, so he is bigger than Frieza then. Okay. So there is that advantage, but I don't know how much advantage it'll be. It seems like it'll just be one of those things where Mewtwo will try Psychic, try and get in his head like Kylo Ren did in The Force Awakens, and try to shut him down. But I feel like Frieza maybe has already been trained to stop that. But who knows? See, that's what I'm banking it on is, the power of Mewtwo's Psychic. Plus, Mewtwo's very versatile. He can learn anything pretty much. I mean, Mew's the one who can learn anything, but...
And another thing people forget to factor in is that Mewtwo is not a natural Pokemon. He is a man-made Pokemon, meaning he is built like a human, and he genuinely just has more power than a normal legendary would have. And
killing machine, basically.
Exactly, and Pokemon has proven numerous times that they want Mewtwo on top. Mewtwo's stats were shitty coming into Gen 4, 5, and 6. As soon as 6 comes around, he gets two Mega Evolutions, and they ridiculously boost his stats and everything about him.
So let's talk about that. So there's Mega Mewtwo and what? It's Mega Mewtwo Z, correct? Am I right on that?
No, Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y.
That's right, Mega Mewtwo X, Mega Mewtwo Y. Okay, so you've got Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y versus Golden Frieza. Now, I need some clarification from you, okay? Golden Frieza was able to jump ahead of SS God SS Goku, even though he had the issue with the stamina. So the question is, number one, would Mewtwo's Mega Evolutions put him strong enough to at least survive the fight before the stamina issues kicked in, so that way he could take him out that way? Or would Frieza just run him over? Because I just feel like Frieza would... Like, there's two things that could happen. Frieza would go in there, toy with him, and end up losing his stamina, or he would just go in there and kill him and he couldn't do anything about it. So what do you think?
Well, going off personality, I would say the first option is a lot more viable. However, that still doesn't give Mewtwo that much of a chance. To the Pokemon fans watching this, you guys already know that Mega Mewtwo Y gets a boost in special attack and speed, and Mega Mewtwo X gets a boost in defense and attack. So honestly, and there's this new form going around with Pokken Tournament and the whole Dark Mewtwo X thing. So I can't really put a scale on exactly how strong a Dark Mewtwo would be, but however, the regular Mega Evolutions, honestly, Danny, I don't see him getting that bigger of a chance against Frieza with the Mega Evolutions. I'm not saying it won't not be an easy fight for Frieza, but he'll have some trouble putting Mewtwo down, because Mewtwo's no bitch. Okay, he's going down, and it's not going to be without a fight. So that's how I feel.
No, he's not going to go down without a fight, but I just feel like Frieza, from the character of Frieza that we've seen in Dragon Ball, Frieza is really overconfident and cocky, and it's cost him. Because let's be honest, Frieza could have killed Krillin, Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, and Piccolo in his fourth form very easily on Namek, and because he goofed off, it cost him. And I feel like if he were to goof off against Mewtwo, Mewtwo might just, play it safe, and then, because Mewtwo's very intelligent. So Mewtwo could
Right.
pick up on this. Yeah, and so Mewtwo does have a little bit of a chance, but when it comes to power on power, I don't think Mewtwo has a chance at all. Quinn, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Danny, the main ultimate mismatch in this whole matchup to me is really speed more so than power because I mean, Mewtwo's not even close to being the strongest Pokemon. I'm sorry, Mewtwo's not even close to being the fastest Pokemon. He's pretty fast, but he's not even close to being the fastest Pokemon. And the fastest Pokemon's nowhere near, Dragon Ball level. So I just think that the big mismatch would be speed because as strong as Mewtwo is, I mean, Frieza would probably wipe him out before he could even think. And I think that's the problem. Before he could even think and use his psychic powers, his head is already flipped off. And I think that's the biggest mismatch, the whole speed factor.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Dante? Do you think that for that Mewtwo's speed would cost him?
Well, to correct you, Quinn, Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo Y is easily, because of the ridiculous boost that Pokemon Nintendo gave him, he's easily top 3 fastest Pokemon in the whole entire universe.
Yeah, I feel like both Nintendo and Toei gave Frieza and Mewtwo such huge power jumps. That's why we're even having this discussion, because Mewtwo has been like revitalized and so has Frieza. I mean, they were both like big deals like 15 years ago or whatever, and now they're both like back. It's kind of funny to me, and they look alike and all that. But yeah, and that's the thing. You mentioned Generation 3 when they upped Mewtwo's stats. Generation 1 Mewtwo is different than Generation 3, and that's the thing that Nintendo has often modified Pokemon every year to balance things out. After after Generation 1, they added the Dark type and the Steel type, and then then we also later on we had the Fairy type to balance out the dragons. So I mean, they're always changing stuff. So it seems like the more Pokemon games we get, the stronger they're gonna make these old legends, especially with the Mega Evolutions. Like these Mega Evolutions have taken characters that we haven't even been useful in like years, and they brought them back into prominence.
Yeah. And another thing about the psychic powers, and this isn't really a counter, Mewtwo does possess the power of mind control, and he does possess the power of to be able to read minds. That puts him at a great edge. However, I think Qaaman is right, and I think that his speed is definitely a huge problem with this matchup. Sure, he could always read Frieza's mind to see what he's going to do next. However, the main question is, would he be fast enough to elude it, basically?
I feel like if Mewtwo trained like Goku did, and this is my honest opinion, if Mewtwo trained, I think he could be able to actually shut off Frieza's mind. Because when you have that powerful of a psychic ability like Professor Xavier shit, he could just go into Frieza and just boom, shut him out. So what do you guys think in the comment section below? Do you think that Frieza... I mean, obviously, Frieza would win the fight, but do you think Mewtwo has a chance? And do you think if Mewtwo trained, and of course, people will say, well, if anybody trained. No. If Mewtwo trained like Goku did, mind, power, or mind, body, and spirit, could he shut off Frieza's mind? Let us know down below. Check out Quinn, check out Dante, and I'll talk to you guys then.